Hey guys, what's going on? This is another segment of YS Stocks and Options and sharing our trades with you, right? Sharing our trades for this week and more importantly, what we see upcoming in the market, right? So, as you guys know, I like to share you guys this planning tool that that I created here. Really, really in order for us to mitigate risk and risk management, right? So we talked about a few last week, matter of fact, that we got into lemonade. And lemonade was a successful trade here, right? We bought 20 contracts for 2,100 bucks. And you guys, the video and the images of when we sold it for 36.50 was actually on our Facebook page, so you guys can check that out as well. So for this particular trade, we made $1,500, right? 1,500 bucks. And as you guys know, last week we talked about these two other tickers that we're in, right? QQQ, triple Qs, and also Apple, right? And for these in particular, right, we got put debit spreads, right? Apple, we have it all to September. And for the Qs, we have it all the way to August 17th, which is in roughly about 10 days from today. Bought 10 contracts for 1,650. Right now, we're kind of down on this particular trade right now for the Qs, and we're also down for Apple, right? So for Apple, we're down 35.74% as of the 5th of August. And not sure where we down on the Qs, but I will make sure I put that information so you guys are tracking where we down on the Qs and the put debit spread right now. And oh wow, matter of fact, we're down a lot on the Qs. Matter of fact, we're down past we're down past our 50% threshold here for the Qs for the 300, 295. So we're down like 80% on it right now, 87%. We're still holding on to those, right? We definitely think that the market is going to see a paradigm shift here in the next few weeks or whatever. So if anything happens with this particular trade, we're just going to roll this trade all the way to September, the end of September, in which we should see some major action. So this one we're down 87%, right? Usually, again, we usually wait for our trigger being that 50% mark of stop loss, but I didn't set a stop loss for this one because I wanted to keep this trade here just to hedge the market and roll into play if I think it's actually gonna still think it's gonna be viable. So we're just gonna roll that one all the way to September. We had the Fed actually reporting a few things in September, and which I think is gonna play a nice little it's going to be a nice volatile moment for the market, right? Now, some new trades that we got in right now. We got lemonade. You guys know that I love trading lemonade, right? Something that we tell our members is that, hey, why not trade the same stocks over and over again, right? Intimately get to know these stocks, how they operate, and you can actually intraday trade them, or you can actually swing trade them. So one in particular trade that I love is lemonade, right? Again, we made 1,500 last week with it. And this week got into limited again. Had reports earnings on the 8th of August, and it's ran up, guys. It's ran up tremendously for the last few days or whatever. I mean, for the last week, it's at like 23 some bucks or whatnot. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see it. And I also jumped into lemonade puts, right? Puts here in particular for lemonade. So for the puts right now, I'm actually down. Right, we're down a little bit, 20%, 21% for lemonade. For the puts and the calls, we're also down 8% for those in particular. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the chart and show you guys exactly what does that look like, and especially paying attention to the cues, right? Technicals on the cues, and also paying attention to the app on Lemonade Play while we got into those. So let's check out the charts. But before we check out the charts, we're gonna look at the economic report that should have some nice volatility for the market next week. So let's check that out. So next week, we're expecting a few things to happen. So 8th of August, not really nothing major, right? We got the New York Fed 3-year inflation expectations, right? One thing I'm really paying attention to for next week is really the CPI number, the Consumer Price Index, and the core CPI itself, right? These reports here, right? CPI year to date, year over year, core CPI year over year, right? Core CPI and also Consumer Price Index, like these here right before the market opens on a 10th on Wednesday is going to be very, very important to what the market does, right? And also the federal budget, we have that at 1400. So Wednesday is really the day that I'm looking for the market to either, if these numbers come in hot, right, market can either go up and down. And seeing that, the market is it's kind of bipolar right now. We just don't know what it's going to do. So with that being said, I'm expecting these numbers, right, if they come hot, that is, I'm expecting the market to possibly go down, right? But if not, they may go up, right? So more to follow, and we'll see exactly what that happens. So Wednesday, the 10th of August, really the date, and we should definitely pay attention to the market. So let's get straight into the charts here, right? So first chart I'm gonna actually talk to you guys about in particular, just to do the market forecast. This is the S&P 500, right? S&P 500, and it's really crazy how on Wednesday and Thursday we had here a bearish harami, right? Bearish harami is a very, very bearish candlestick pattern here. And we saw the market pull back to 325, right? Pull back to 325 and then closed, as you can see, at 327. Extremely odd, right? And I say extremely odd because what report actually came out on Friday? Guess, right? If you can't guess, let's go back to it, right? What report came out Friday, you're asking? The non-farm payroll numbers came out 8:30 a.m., right? And 528,000 jobs were created, and with the expected of 258. So I was expecting the market. I think a lot of people, a lot of analysts were actually expecting the market to go down, right? Because if these numbers are hot as they are right now, we can expect the Fed to do what, right? Increase rate hikes. So like we had the market actually come down a little bit early on, but it just continued to skyrocket thereafter. Went to 324 and some change, right? And then just closed again in this consolidation area here. But this is called distribution of the four phases of the market themselves, right? So we just had S&P 500 SPY just distribute here, right? It advanced, it's distributing now, right? And with that being said, we are expecting this joker to possibly test, gonna be a little bit conservative, test here for the following week. 322.19, right? 322.19 in about a week or so. That's the forecast for this one in particular. Let's go to the Qs. And I would say this, a lot of mixed signals here, even though, although those were the Qs, those are not, were they Qs? Oh, that was the Dow Jones Industrial, right? Dow Jones Industrial. Yeah, mixed signals here, right? Bearish engulfing. We had a harami here, bearish harami, and on Friday, look at that, closing a bullish engulfing candle. So hard to predict this because we have mixed signals, but even the CCI is trending downward, right? Commodity Channel Index, but then we have the stochastics trending upward. So to a lot of mixed signals, like I say, but I'm really expecting, right, with all the pent up news next week, I'm expecting 322, right? 322 is 19 for the Dow Jones. Let's check out the spiders, the S&P 500, right? Mixed signals against with the spiders, right? Mixed signals. We had bearish harami, not really a bearish harami here. We had, I would definitely call these two here a shooting star, right? This is a shooting star, right? Bullish candle here. So again, a lot of mixed signals here because we had a bullish engulfing candle here, right? The CCI crossing here for lower, but then the stochastic selling another story that it wants to go higher, right? So, but I'm still testing. We just find ourselves in a really, really bad market right now. So I'm expecting this to pull back, right? Pull back slightly to test 401, right? 401 for the weekend and next week, right? Downward movement 401. We have some distribution around this area here, And more importantly, we have this is a major resistance area here, right? Major resistance area right here, as you guys can see, right? Major resistance area. So I'm expecting if this thing wants to, I love it when it wants to act up, it just doesn't want to participate. So major resistance here, right? Was support, not resistance. So I'm expecting as the S&P 500 distributes here, expect it to pull back a little bit before it tries to, right? It tries to, right, retest 413 here for the upside. So, but we'll see what happens next week. So let's go into the Qs. Why are we in the Qs? Well, we're in the Qs for a few reasons. Why? Because one, the Qs have been overly extended. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Again, since the 26th of July, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 days. Right, 7 days. The triple Qs have went up. 7 days. We had a hammer formed here on Thursday. Friday we had some bullet bearish action, but the volume was extremely high. Right? The CCI, right, looks to cross overbought territory, but the stochastics telling another story again, right? A lot of conflict here, but with this, we got the CPI coming out on Wednesday. Fed talk coming on early next week. We're going to be bold enough to predict that we're going to test 310, right? 310, 310.15 for next week, early next week. And as the core CPI numbers come in hot, we can even go lower to possibly 306, right? But for this one, I'm going to go to 310, hopefully satisfying my puts as we're losing 87% on that. So last one I'm going to talk about is lemonade, right? Lemonade, right? Lemonade has been ripping higher and higher for the last this whole week. Remember we talked about lemonade sitting at a very key, very key support area here. Right? The support area being $18.75. So lemonade being at a key support area of 18.75. Right? And since then, when we bought lemonade, and we actually made $1,500 on lemonade because we sold it within 24 hours thereafter. Lemonade broke past, right? It broke past this resistance area, boom, right? And then it decided to test, to even go higher here and test $25.54. Right? So very key. That's very weird. Yeah. So it decided to test here at 25.40, 25.55. Let me move this here. That test 25.14, right? 25.14.19 roughly. So the reason why I bought calls and puts on it, because honestly, the lemonade may be earnings. I don't see it happening. The technicals themselves tells me that this is a possible scenario in which lemonade goes higher. If it goes higher, I'm hedging for high price action. So my puts, even though I got my puts all the way to the 26th of August, right? I expect if it beats earnings, it may pop a little bit, but you got to understand that lemonade has been ripping for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, right? because it's been ripping higher and higher for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days consecutively, right? I can easily expect lemonade if again, if it doesn't report stellar earnings, right, and give stellar guidance, right? I can easily expect lemonade to retest, right? Retest $20.54. Right, we're good. I'm gonna go here, right? Say $20, $21 easily if it doesn't beat earnings. Again, if it doesn't beat earnings, right? So August 8th, Monday is going to be really interesting to see what Lemonade does, right? Again, it's if it doesn't beat earnings. So those really the two plays I got into, right? If for some miraculous reason Lemonade does beat earnings and it goes higher, we could potentially see Lemonade rip all the way to $28 potentially, right? $28 would be my prediction for it if it the earnings are just incredible. So with that being said, right, that's a nice hedge for me, and I can at least break even on that particular trade. Again, guys, I will keep you updated on the trades that we have, right? Those trades being the lemonade play. Let's go back to them. Those trades being QQQ, Apple, and both lemonades, right? We always say, always practice logical emotions. Let us know what you think, right? This is us talking to you. Be peace and be blessed.